explosive right hand, and that was really it. You know, he never boxed.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I feel with him, if he just get his boxing skills up to par, because everybody thought he was going to win because he always improves on the second fight every time he fights somebody twice.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew because he was dealing with a boxer, which Tyson Fury was, he was going to lose that fight. It was a possibility. I'm not going to say he was going to lose. It was a possibility. Yeah,
Mm.
King. Yeah, King.
Okay. Well, hey man, we are live. Hold on, real quick. We have my brother here, Oz, and we're talking today about, in particular, now his brother's been all over the world, but right now we're talking about Thailand
Hmm.
right now. And let me ask you this, brother: what got you first started traveling? Like, what was the first time you decided to travel?
Okay, well, I was an overseas contractor after college in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into this brother. He was from. It's funny. He was from Florida. He was a black man brother, Mr. Williams. He was, you know, asking me what I was going to do for R&R. And for some of y'all don't know what that is, that's vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him I was going to go home. See, I'm from Oakland, California originally,
Oh, you from the Bay?
from the Bay, born and
Man,
raised.
I love the Bay, man. Hey,
Yeah.
y'all some players out there, bro.
Yeah, town business. But this is so I told him I was gonna go home, and
Mm-hmm.
he asked me. He kind of made me aware, led me on to Thailand. He was like, you know, have you ever been anywhere besides, you know, back home? And I said, no, not really. So he brightened my horizons to try Thailand, and he just kind of gave me the background, if you will, on Thailand as far as what I was going to expect, just the culture, the people, the food, just the quality of living out in that part of Asia. So being that, you know, when it comes to currency in the way how things cost out from the States to Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of put two and two together. And I was young. I was 22, 20. Well, no, I was a little older than that. 27, I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little girl crazy. So he was, you know, I went to Thailand, and I say my first week I did a computer training. I took a Cisco training course out there. I was there for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, pretty much I got there. Sunday night I went what they call as the red light district, which is where all the clubs were. And I fell in love, and I failed the class, but you know, I because I stayed out all night and I just started.
Damn.
Yeah, man, I was
Okay.
wild, man. But I stayed. You know, I eventually passed the certification later. But anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with it the first. It was kind of like your first girlfriend that you see in class that you fall in love with. It was like love at first sight for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I loved it. That's how I found out about Thailand, though.
Okay, so Thailand was the first country you ventured to outside of America?
Well, I mean, I can't say it was the first, the exact country that I visited because I've been to the Middle East. I mean, I was in the army. I was in Afghanistan, Iraq, but I also
Mm-hmm.
visit Dubai, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi too prior to going to Thailand. But I could say, and that was just in passing because we always had to fly to get where we needed to go. Once we left the war zone, we had to go to the middle. Excuse me, it's still in the Middle East. We had to fly to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and then do our transition from there to wherever we wanted to go. So my first vacation was actually in Thailand.
Okay, and in Thailand, a lot of brothers not really familiar with it.
Mhm.
A lot of brothers in the group they do go to Thailand a lot. But what would you say is the general vibe in Thailand? Because in like, let's just say in the DR, it's like real laid back. You know, it's
Mhm.
real kind of like slow pace. Nobody's ever on time. You know, if
Yeah.
somebody say, "Hey, I'm gonna be there to fix your stuff at 2," they really mean 4. They on
Mhm.
island time, what we call it. And in Brazil, at least in Rio, it's a little bit more faster pace. You've been to Brazil as well. Like, what
Right.
would you say would be the vibe in Thailand so far?
Well, I mean, when we're talking about vibe, I think you get both of those. You could get both of those. It just depends on the part of Thailand you're going to.
Hmm.
But like for instance, everybody's on time in Pattaya Beach, or it's pronounced Pattaya. Uh,
Pattaya, okay.
yeah, it's pronounced Pattaya in their language. They're more fast paced. Everything is on time. Everything is about just being punctual. Bangkok is the same way. Now Phuket Island, which is an island I had another opportunity to explore. They're a little bit slower because it's more family oriented, so they're pretty laid back. They really not. They do have the nightlife and the experiences there as well, but it's just more relaxed, man.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And what's the exchange rate there? Like, do they use a peso? What type of money do they use in Thailand?
They use what they call this bot. That's B as in boy, AHT.
Mm-hmm.
The exchange rate, I think last time I looked at it, it was like 1 for 34. So one of our dollars is worth 34 of their dollars in the currency.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and as far as the prices,
Mhm.
what would be like? Say if I want to book a trip, what would be the average price I would stay if I want to stay near where all the action was?
Okay, we're talking about leaving from the States to Thailand. It depends on your comfort. Like you could get a plane ticket for probably about maybe 1,300-1,400 bucks round trip
Okay.
from the stateside to Bangkok, Thailand, or even Phuket because that's another island. But I'll stick to Bangkok for right now, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can actually get you. See, now they have Uber and Lyft out that way,
Damn, they got
so
Uber and Lyft out there.
they got. Well, I heard they had Uber. I don't want to speak on Lyft so much, but
Mm-hmm.
I figure if one is there, and I don't want to don't quote me, y'all.
Okay.
uh, Uber is definitely there, but you get you a taxi ride, from Bangkok Airport to Pattaya Beach, for probably $30 USD currency or $40, and it's an hour and a half drive from Bangkok Airport to Pattaya Beach.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And how much would will you get an Airbnb out there or like a hotel? What would be the best?
Well, I mean, me personally, I always got a hotel. I can't speak on the Airbnbs at this particular time. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think when it comes to, as far as lodging, I think that either way you'll do all right. You'll break even with that, because it's so cheap. It's so cheap and the experience is really worth it. So let's just say if you go with $2,000, you have $2,000, right? You pay
Mm-hmm.
$1,300 of your for a round trip ticket. $700 is way more than enough up out there that'll get you through 2 or 3 weeks if you use your money conservatively.
Mm-hmm.
If you spend, you cruise through it real smooth. You eat, you relax. I don't know if you drink. I never drink alcohol. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always the dude, who was kind of like the one who had. I never went with anybody, but let's just say if we rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, I got you. Don't worry about it because I don't drink anyway. But the alcohol, from my understanding, is even cheaper. So you probably still leave Thailand with, even though you have $700 left over, you'll probably leave, if you're smart, you leave with probably $250, $300 anyway.
Mm. Damn, that's good right there, brother. That's
Yes,
real
sir.
good.
Yeah, man.
That's not bad at all. So you're saying that the average meals must be like $5 or something like that.
Yes, King, that's true. It depends on where you eat. Like you can eat the vendor foods,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. Some of it is good. Like me, I'm a black man. I like chicken. So
Okay.
I mean, that's you gotta be black to like chicken, but hey,
Right.
but they serve like baked chicken, like drumsticks on a stick. It's like on a stick. Like you might catch a lady or a Thai, you know, someone with Thai that's actually roasting the chicken, and you can buy it for like maybe 75 cents in USD currency. Get you like
Whoa.
get you like maybe a small bowl of rice, for probably like less than $1 and
Mm-hmm.
some vegetables. So all together on the up and up, you paying no more than probably if a little over $2 for a full meal. So there's your meal right there for 250 at least
Okay.
USD
Now,
currency.
with the food, now I know, I wouldn't say I have a sensitive stomach, man, but I know there's like different bacteria and
Hmm.
different, foods around the world.
Right.
So would you suggest the brothers take like some type of probiotics? Like, is the food cool, or do you know what I'm saying, get a little sick? Because when I traveled to Brazil and the DR, I wouldn't say food poisoning, but I got a little sick because I wasn't really prepared for, the different type of fungi and bacteria they had in their food.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, I mean, when I ate out of the 8 times I've been to Thailand, whether if it was through the restaurant or through a vendor, I never had any issues. I didn't get food sick, But I mean, again, everybody's body different. Every person's individual's body is different. So I would say take that as a precaution because you never know, So I mean, things change. I mean, a lot of things change. It's been quite some time since I've been there. I haven't been to Thailand since 2014. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and I'm experienced the going, but I wouldn't tell you, but I would take it as a precaution just in case, like take some supplements, take some vitamins, whatever it is that you might need just in case, because, it's better to be safe than sorry in any situation.
Okay. And what is like the nightlife out there? Like, is it fast? You gotta watch your wallet, watch your pockets. You gotta have your boy watching your back. What's the nightlife like?
Okay, well, I can tell you, I went alone all times that I went. Okay. Every time I went, I never went with anyone. I was solo. So when we're talking about the nightlife, I'm gonna and follow me. I'm gonna try to stay on the path of where I'm going. Do you need to watch your wallet? I would say don't take your wallet with you. I would say if you print out a copy of your passport, have cash on hand with you. You know what I'm saying? Lock your wallet and lock your actual passport in a safe. Because if you get a hotel or if you get maybe an Airbnb, they might come with safe. Lock it all in there. Now, as they say, when you go to somebody's home, you always be respectful. So be mindful where you are because the American treatment, I'm an American, you can't treat me this way, that don't flow there. You in somebody else's country, you in somebody else's backyard. And I say that to say this, because there was some people, foreigners who went and tried to play that role and they wasn't having it. They still threw them in jail and they stayed in jail for quite some time, man. But as far as people trying to rob you and pickpocket you, yeah, they can be slick, man. They can be slick. That's why I say keep cash on you. Keep it, keep it where you can, like your front pocket. Don't put it in your back pocket. Have it on you. Have a copy of your passport because they do have a foreign police. It's actual police for foreigners. So if you get into trouble, you can just show them a copy of your passport and they'll assist you. Now, the fun side of it is, man, it's so much fun over there, man. Listen here, I went 8 times, so that I gotta tell you something. When you get to Pattaya Beach, you see this sign. It says Walking Street in Pattaya, and we're talking about maybe a 12 to 20 block radius straight left or right of bars and clubs. That's all that's out there, man. It's just bars and clubs. I mean, a restaurant here and there, but I say maybe 99% of you're gonna run into a club or a bar, man. And it's nice, man. I loved it. Love it. You see a bunch of women everywhere. What I mean by that, women, they're pretty much some of them are go-go girls. Some of them are bar girls, or some of them are hostess. Basically, they'll be all outside trying to get you to come into the club. So they're trying to get your business.
Okay.
To pull you in. And that's the point, because sometimes some of us, depending on if you let the eye of beauty catch you, we'll say, oh, this is a pretty girl right here. And you want me to come in? And you get sucked into coming in. So they get you to get in there so you can pay what they call as those bar fines,
Okay. And let me ask you this, brother. How do they treat black men out there? Is it a little different? Is every man's, a man out there, or is it like you got a little special privilege because you're a brother out there?
Well, I mean, at the time when I went, I felt I was being treated really well. I mean, I felt I was treated really well on the principle because I was a black man. But you got to keep in mind, there's also Nigerian brothers over there too, because they left their home country, and see, they kind of they kind of messed it up for everybody in a way. Not just them,
Oh,
but not just them, but brothers from the states too. You
okay.
know, because we still keep that westernized mindset in our heads, which is to talk to this girl, talk to that girl, talk to this, talk to that girl. But as far as the respect level that I had, because I've always I dress differently. Like most of the people go over comfortable with shorts, flip flops, and t-shirts. Like me, one of the pictures I sent you, if you check it out, I'm wearing a vest, purple shirt, tie, and jeans, and some tennis shoes, some chucks. That was in Thailand. That was actually in Pattaya Beach. So I was dressed. I was casually dressed. So I was treated. I was, I had to present. I wanted to present myself that way. But I was treated. But as far as the treatment, just to make a long story short, I mean, I was treated fair. It just depends on who you are. I mean, everything works just the same almost, but just a little bit better.
Okay, okay. Now earlier you were saying go-go girls, bar girls, and the
hmm
hostess girls.
hmm
Now, what's the differences? Like, what are the go-go girls? What are they doing?
Okay, the go-go girls is the ones that they dress up in them them thigh-high go-go boots. They be dancing. They're
Mm-hmm.
dancing all over the bar. They're just having a good time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The hostess is the ones that the hostess is the ones that are outside on the they're on the street. They're trying to pull you in. They're pulling you in. So let's just say if you and me were walking down Walking Street, the girls will stand in our faces and say, "Hey, you guys come in, you guys come in," because when they pull you in and you spend money, they could claim you as, hey, for some sort of profit because you spent some money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the the girls that cause the bar fine, I'm just being honest with y'all here.
Okay.
That's where most of the girls, they selling it. They selling, they selling booty.
Okay. Okay. So the bar girls,
Yeah,
that's who the brothers going to be doing the tricking with,
the
not the
tricking.
go-go girls or the hostess.
I'm not gonna say no, not the go-go girls, but I wouldn't put it past them because you got to remember it is a third world country, So some girls might just throw it at you, but for the most part, the girls that's doing the bar fines, even the hostess too,
Mm-hmm.
you socialize or you have a conversation with Mama San. Mama San is that older lady who's been there for years, who's done it, and just she running the show down.
Mama son. Okay. I got
So you make the deal with her, you
you.
pay the bar fine, and then you get to take the girl and go on your merry way.
Okay. Okay. Now, let's just say, for an example, if a brother that looked like me was
Mm-hmm.
out there in Pattaya, Thailand, what would be the budget for a, let's just say, a good night, good time with one of these bar girls? Not me
Uh,
now. I'm just saying somebody that
nah,
might look like me. You feel me?
nah, that's cool. Nah, we just sharing information, bro. Nah, either way, it don't matter.
Right,
Uh,
right.
let's see. The bar fines was like I remember they was like 2,500 to 3,000 baht. So that was like almost around like 50, $60 for the whole night.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hey, the brother Club Fillers Incorporated asks, have you ever been to Black Nightclub Flex or Black Nightclub Flex Club?
That must be that all black club that's down the way. I don't want to say again, it's been 5 years since I've been to Thailand, but
Mm-hmm.
I can assure you if it's on Pattaya Beach, I hit it all, man. If he's talking about the club, I think he's talking about the club where they play hip hop music and it's girls everywhere what they call as freelancers as well.
Okay, cool. Now, the way we connected was a brother was doing a live stream in the group.
Uh-huh.
Matter of fact, Club Fillers, I believe his
Right.
name is Barry,
Yeah.
and he was posting up different pics of really beautiful women. And then you
Mm-hmm.
comment, you said, "Hey man," because I was making ratings. I was like, "Oh, bet 8, 9, 10." And you came on, you was like, "Hey man, I can't rate none of these women because they might be ladyboys." And
Right.
I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute, brother." I'm like, "They doing it like that out there in Thailand?" Like, I thought they had, because in Brazil they got their own little section. You know what I'm saying? They don't really come out
Uh-huh.
that section.
Uh-huh.
Even in Atlanta and America, they got their own little thing going on. You don't have to worry about somebody trying to fool you. But you
Mm-hmm.
were saying that's a little different out there.
Right.
Explain that to us, man. So what's up
Well,
with this? How do brothers avoid this whole ladyboy thing in Thailand?
Well, I could tell you this. In some cases, in a lot of cases, at least with my experience, because I always had two rules. If I don't know, I'm not talking to you, or if I know, I'm not talking. Again, to each his own. That's just not my cup of tea. No disrespect to anybody. But the way that I was able to tell was like when you walk up and converse with them, the voice is a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to Thailand, most of the women, most of the people there, I'm way taller than, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't seen a 6 foot thick, I'm talking Coke bottle shaped tiger. You know, I've never seen that. You know, and then it's just the way they walk. You know, women walk a little more smoother. They really they glide with their heels. Them lady boys over there, you could just tell they just swing it, swing it, swing it. Now, as far as them having, and I remember you made this, you posted, you thought they had their own bar. They do have their own bar, but it's more acceptable. I think nowadays it's more acceptable, and the reason why I say that now is because I watched some documentaries on YouTube about this situation, about how they're starting to go into the actual bars now where everybody hang out at. You know. So in terms of whatever you identify with, I identify with being a heterosexual male. Right. So I'm looking for a actual woman who was born a female. Mm-hmm. They'll go in there, and sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes you can't. I mean, I approached one once myself, and I thought it was a girl because this person was small. Mm-hmm. When I mean small, I mean height wise. So, like the hands, the feet, everything was just. And then I had to ask, like, "Hey, are you a ladyboy?" And the person said, "Yes, I'm a ladyboy."
Damn.
Like, okay, let me.
But so they do tell you though, or they ain't trying to fool a brother, right? Like you can't, because think about the Asians, they like a smaller stature people, period. And men are too.
Right.
So, in Atlanta, you can see one like this motherfucker 6'3", got muscles and shit. That's a fucking dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they whole build is similar to their own women.
Yeah, so, a lot of them.
They're not trying to fool a brother, right?
I can't say they trying to. You have to be willing to ask. Again, this is a third world. You have to consider this country as a third world country. So these are countries like Brazil. You don't work, you don't eat. Right. Or you don't have any money, you don't eat. So it's imperative that you ask the question that you need to ask if you don't feel comfortable enough, or if you're not certain of who you're actually conversing with.
So is there a situation is it that bad that you got to ask, even if you kind of know it's a female, like, okay, it's a woman, you know what I'm saying? But you still got to ask, like, hey, man, I'm just double checking.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my experiences, I could tell. I mean, I'm 39 years old, but I think it would be safe if you felt the need. You could tell in a way which ones are women and which ones aren't. I don't want to put too much on it. I don't want to put too much spin on it. But at times, again, if you're not certain, if you're guessing, and you still want to know, they're quite comfortable. It's not a disrespect to them for you to ask that question because they understand. You know, they understand. Like not everybody like transsexuals. Some people like transsexuals, some people don't. So it's not a disrespect. So they wouldn't take it to the left if you asked.
Okay, cool.
However, let me say this too. I'm sorry, let me tag you in. Sometimes, even though that they still might have they might still have their penis connected, they still might sit back and say, "No, I'm not a lady boy." You might get that one possibly that might say, "No, I'm a woman." You know what I mean? And no, you're not. Right. To me, you're not.
See, that's a problem, man. That's a problem because that can get some motherfucker ass whooped. You feel me?
Yeah, you can get your ass whooped and killed.
Brothers be drinking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been drinking. That's crazy, man. The Brother Club fellas asked, have you ever seen a black man with a lady boy?
Hell yeah, couple times. Yeah, couple times.
You think he knew?
I mean, I didn't know the brother. I can't say whether if he knew or not, but if I had to bet if I had to bet some money on it, I bet he did.
That's crazy, brother. So, what could you maybe give us a percentage guesstimate of the Ladyboys in Patiato? Like, is it bad, or where bros be like, I ain't really gonna mess with it, or is it like, okay, it's just few, and for the main part, it's like 80-90% women.
Well, from the time I went, there was a really low percentage. We're talking low as in maybe a 30% out of 100%. There's a 30% ratio of like trans ladyboys that were out there, and there was 7% females. Like, but because times have changed, the way things are now, things are as they say, the unacceptable is becoming acceptable. So you may go out there and see a whole lot more, or it might break even now. Matter of fact, tell you the truth, it does.
Damn.
Because my frat brother, he went out to Thailand last year in October, and he said, yeah, it was a lot. So I can only guess when it comes to walking street that it's about maybe half and half.
Wow. Okay. That is crazy, brother.
Yeah,
that's crazy. 50%. That's pretty high, man.
Yeah. Because as they say, sex sells. And that's it's a no man's land out there in Thailand. So a lot of foreigners, like we're talking Europeans, we're talking Indians or Middle Easterns, they'll go out there because they have fetishes. So hey, they have fetishes with these ladyboys. So when the market for that for them is like, hey, this is what I want, they'll go deal with that, man. So word will get around, I'm sure, through Facebook, through these ladyboys, or through even these women, because they're all friends, they all know each other, and they'll say, yeah, you can make your money here, and I'm sure that's where they all go.
Okay. And in Apache, do they have like a dating site or a Tinder that brothers can kind of hit up before they go? They do a little pregame that you know of?
I know there is some dating sites out there. I think you just mentioned it, like a Tinder, I'm sure. I ain't been on it in a minute, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been 5 years since I actually been on anything like that. But
okay.
I know. I'm sure POF. POF. You might find something too.
Okay, cool. And as far as I know, we were talking about bar girls and go-go girls and the hostesses. Are these girls, like, not the bar girls, but the go-go girls and the hostesses? Are they like regular females that you can kind of kick it with and talk to? That's not working girls, basically, or are they still kind of racy? You just want to kind of leave them alone. Like, how do I get like just a regular Thailand girl? Do I need to get out of Patchy House, period, or?
No, I wouldn't say that, man. I mean, from my experience, I've dated a bar girl once. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know it, but until later. But she was really they want someone to marry. Don't get me wrong. They all want opportunities, to not be in that life. They just do that. To them, it's a job. It's like your McDonald's, like you're going to work at McDonald's, or you're going to your corporate, job to just make some money. To them, that's just a job. It's nothing more, So I feel the majority of them, or a lot of them, do want an actual straight life, whereas there's just husband, family, kids, the dog in the house, you name it. So but as far as talking, yeah, you can talk to any one of them and say, hey, listen, I take this situation serious. I'm serious about you. And I mean, and if they like you, they'll meet with you,
Okay.
So
what city are you from originally, brother? If you don't mind me asking.
Oakland.
Oh, that's right. You said the Bay. I'm sorry about that. So the reason I asked that was when you was dating in America versus dating in Thailand, like what, like you saying that they're more serious? Is it more in-game dating, or is it like in America where you just whatever with it?
Well, because it was my first time, I was busy talking to this girl, that girl, this girl, and that girl. But you know, over time, you know, when I start realizing, I became, it's crazy how I ended up becoming almost humanitarian. I did actually become a humanitarian, not that way, but the women there were just more serious. They were more into knowing me, trying to get to know me and feel. Go
In
ahead. AJ.
Thailand.
In Thailand, yeah.
Okay.
In Thailand, like I dated one young lady, and you know I haven't talked to her in about maybe 2 3 years, but you know she's doing very well. Uh, she treated me real good. You know when I say real good, I mean as far as conversation. I mean as far as being an actual helpmate. As far as actually just being a nurturing species, what I feel most women was actually just was born to be. You know, I didn't want to deal with any women in the States because I felt most of the women out here in the States was just busy trying to be a masculine creature. They were trying to be more like men. They were being more, you know, they want to fight. They want to, you know, when we're talking about Me Too movements, we're talking about feminist movements, we're talking about all of these supporting movements, you know, that really had absolutely nothing to do with a male's role at all, you know. And here in these other countries, I felt I was, or Thailand rather, I was accepted. I was accepted because I wasn't going to change who I am, who I was. You know, there's no way in hell I was going to do that. But I felt I had to go somewhere where I was accepted. An old head put me on. I went, and that I just kept going back.
Okay. And you say you've been to the Philippines as well, right?
9 times, man. So I've been to the Philippines.
Okay. Now, what's the major difference in the Philippines and Thailand, like as far as the culture and the women?
Okay.
Let me ask you this: which one do you prefer?
Oh, now I would have said the Philippines.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said Philippines.
And why would you say that, brother?
Well, because now Thai girls, to me, I mean, and I'm not trying to contradict myself, because a lot of them are cool, but they're becoming more westernized. I feel because of the World Wide Web. The internet gives everybody access to see what's going on in the world, and what we as a people, Black people here in the States, don't realize is we're the actual teachers to the world. What I mean by teachers, we're teaching them. I mean, just our culture of music, our fashion, the way we communicate, you know, whether if it's just whether if it's just on the education sense or intelligence sense or ebonics, they all want to talk like us, they want to sound like us, they want to be like us. So the treatment out there in the Philippines was they stick specifically to their culture, whereas though that they respect the man's role 1,000,000%. I mean, you know, really. Versus Thailand, they're a little bit. To me, they're way more experienced when it comes to brothers, or when it comes to being, you know, treated or even maybe mistreated. So they really not trying to fly with some of the games that, you know, that brothers might put out. But it just depends on who you are too. I mean, no, I'm not trying to down Thailand because I still love Thailand, but when it comes to the Philippines, I prefer the Philippines over Thai. Now, you said something about women. Well, I did touch up on that. The women are really they're cool, but you got to remember they're a lot slimmer.
Okay.
So they're
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so they're a lot smaller.
Even in the Philippines as well.
No, in the Philippines alone, they're smaller. They're meaning that I feel as a Black, I like women with curve. I like women with shape. I like some with some meat on their body. You know, shout out to the Filipino women, even the small ones. I love y'all too. But my taste is, you know, at the time I like some with some cushion. You might find one, maybe two. Like offline, I'll show you the girl who we know. She's nice, she's a very beautiful girl. She look like Beyonce, as a matter of fact. But in Thailand, they got, you know, of course they got the surgical jobs, but they got a lot more mixed breeds, and they have a lot of women who really go into the knife. And what I mean by that is they get the booty shots, the boob shots, and all that other stuff. the boob jobs.
So it's a lot of
So
work being done out there in Thailand.
it's tons of work. It's tons of work being done about that way, man. And the Philippines is different. They in their culture they only eat they eat enough to satisfy the appetite. Put it like that.
That's why they're
Yeah,
so slim.
that's why they so slim. Well, yeah, that's why they're so
Okay.
slim. I mean, and you see some Thai girls that's actually you see a lot of them that's slim too. But the ones that's actually thick, they know what they're trying to they're trying to attract, which is mainly brothers, out that way.
So you would say that they feeling their brothers out there in Thailand.
They feel the brothers, but yeah, they do, but they feel them. Some of them, I don't want to speak on all of them, but some of them feel them for financial support.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah,
We
they
got to keep
play.
it 1,000. I like that. We just keep it 1,000, so brothers will know.
Yeah,
So brothers
yeah.
want to go out there simping, messing their game up.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't get it twisted, man. Because if don't think just because you in Thailand that this thick, thoroughbred Thai girl who you might be messing with, you're going to be the only person she messing with. Nah, that's
Hold
not the
on now.
case.
So you mean I shouldn't send them money while I'm back in America?
Hell
Because
no. Nah.
she telling me she ain't doing nothing.
I'm not sending nobody. I didn't send nobody a damn thing, man. I'm sorry. You
Okay.
can't get $1 off of me, baby. Never that. Nah.
Okay, so no Western Union.
No, unless you married. Well, yeah, unless you married, but nah. If I ain't married, can't do it.
Okay. Now I saw this video on YouTube a while ago, and maybe we can just spell this. I don't know if it's a rumor or whatnot, but it was basically a Asian woman saying that she don't mess with brothers because they too big, too well endowed, right? Do you have women? Have you ever experienced that when you go to an Asian woman, she's like, "Hey, you just too. I can't do you. You're too big or something." Is that
Nah.
go on at all out there?
Uh, nah. I never had that issue in Thailand.
Okay.
Now in in the Philippines, on the other hand, when I went to the bar, lady seen that I seen that she was in some really good shape, and I was looking, I was like, oh shit, and then she ran, she tucked tail and left the stage actually.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Why do you think she did that, brother?
because they know when they walk in the door, as brothers, and we're talking about the Philippines, they know when we walk in the door, they know a majority of brothers like thick women. And this girl wasn't quite thick, but she had curve, and she was right, and for me at least. And she had a really good a good physical presence about herself that I really was attracted to. So she excused herself.
Okay. And my brother Club Fillers asked, "Would you marry a Thai or a Filipino woman?"
I'm gonna be honest, man. My top selection would be a Filipino.
Really?
Yeah, my top. I mean, I wouldn't disregard a Thai girl either, though. I'm just being honest. But if I had to choose between one or the other, I would marry Filipino.
Man, you know what? I've been hearing some good things about Filipino women as far as wives, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep hearing that.
Yeah, because it's real, man. It's real because it's just again, man. The role they know their roles as far as the roles they're supposed to play. And what I mean by roles is this: everybody has a role in their life. Men have roles, women have roles. We all urinate differently. We all think things differently. But the women there literally know this is what I'm supposed to do. This is who I am. I'm the wife. I take care of the home. I cook the food. I submit to my husband. Not that they're slaves or any kind. It's just these are the roles that he plays. He's the planner, the provider, and the protector of our family. It's that simple.
Interesting. So, if I'm just going to have a good time, just do a little partying, mix with the crowd a little bit, you would say Thailand or the Philippines?
Oh man, both really if you've never been, but me, I fell in love with the Philippines after my fifth or sixth visit after Thailand, and I just started going back to the Philippines because I found it to be more fun. Uh, they wasn't really quite that westernized,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they were still, and it's probably still that way now, to be honest. Uh,
Okay.
I had a hell of a time out in the Philippines, a lot more than I did in Thailand.
Okay. And what city in particular in the Philippines?
Okay, there's two places. There's Angeles City.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first place.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Second place is Cebu.
Cebu. Okay.
Yeah, but Angeles City is the one.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Angeles City is the one. It's
And
about
I know you said earlier that as far as the budget, you can get away with about $700 for about a week or two in Thailand.
mhm.
Is that same thing around the Philippines with these cities?
It'll last more in the Philippines.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Their currency is Filipino pesos. It's last time I checked, it was one for 50, one for 51. So one of our dollars would be 50 to
Mhm.
$52 of their currency. So it's a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Your income goes further.
Okay. And let me ask you this, brother. What all countries you been to?
Okay, I've been to Thailand, Philippines. I've been to China, Macau. That's Macau and China, Beijing, China.
Hmm.
Been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Brazil,
Hmm.
Rio. I've been to Germany, Paris. Where else I've gone to?
Hmm.
Been to Ireland,
Whoa. Okay.
London.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, I've been all through Germany, Wiesbaden, Frankfurt,
Hmm.
Kaiserslautern, or what they call as K Town.
Okay.
When recommend brothers to go there, that's a westernized place too, because it's a military base over there.
Hmm.
Um, where else? Colombia, Medellin. What else I hit up, man?
Man, you've been all over the world, brother.
Yeah, yeah. Dubai, Abu Dhabi,
Okay. Okay.
Kuwait.
Now I
Mm,
know that um you travel to different countries for different things, right?
right.
But for a single black man,
Uh huh.
that's looking for, it's a two-part question. For a single black man that's having a good time,
Mm-hmm.
what country should he go to?
Oh. Uh. Out of all
Let
it,
me get two. Let me get two countries from you.
to me,
Yeah.
hell, man. Philippines
Hmm.
and Rio.
Okay. Okay. Rio made the list. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Brazil and Rio are your picks. Now, if you was a man that was looking for a wife,
Uh huh.
or somebody you want to build a relationship with and possibly see a future with, which
Mm-hmm.
country would you pick?
Okay. I would tell you, the fellas, first of all, keep your eyes open, because my wife honestly is from the States, man, and she's a
Okay.
beautiful woman, and a black woman, and I love her very much. But
Got you.
as far as, because she was raised right, okay.
Hmm.
But if I was a betting man, if I didn't meet my wife, my ass was on the way to the Philippines to get me a
Hmm.
wife. Just
Got
telling
you.
you, yeah.
Got you. And they speak a little English out there in the Philippines, right?
They're very fluent in English, very
Oh,
fluent, and
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you say you would pick the Philippines. Any other country you would pick besides Philippines to find a good woman?
I mean, hell, man, I could say that I would probably pick Brazil too.
Okay.
I would pick Thailand.
Okay. You showing
Uh,
Brazil a little love. We
yeah,
can respect that. All right.
not say the Dominican Republic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sasua.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
been to
yeah.
Sasua?
Man, I've been to Sasua. I've been to San Domingo, man. I didn't hit it, man, and I was alone on that trip too,
Oh,
for
buddy.
real.
So you travel alone all over the world?
Yeah, man. Always went by myself, man. I never went with a crew. Never
Okay.
went with a
Okay.
crew. I'm,
Wow, brother.
yeah.
That,
I
that
mean,
that's some fearlessness right there, man.
well, I mean, just being upfront, man. I ain't never been a troublemaking type of dude. I never been a gang banger, never done nothing,
Hmm.
soldier, anything like that. I mean, I've always been respectful of people's houses.
Hmm.
So the way that I always conducted myself, if I'm going to another country, I'm going to somebody else's house. I treat it like somebody else's house. I'm going to be on my best behavior. I'm not going to be disrespectful. And if I did drinking, or if I was a drinker, which I'm not, but if I was, I'm going to drink responsibly. You know, if I know my limit, I know my limit, because you don't want to spend time in jail in no other foreign country, because the treatment difference, I mean, it's way, way different from what you get at home here in the States, man.
Let's talk about that for a second, man. I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. Have you ever been in any situations in all these countries with the police or anything?
No, I never had. Whoa, take that back. Dominican Republic, I had, as a matter of fact. I was in Sosua. I was at it was a late night. I was trying to go to the ATM machine to get some cash. So Dominican pesos. And what happened was I didn't have any, I couldn't get cash because I had I went over my daily limit. So I leave, and this is at night. I leave the ATM. I'm walking back to the hotel so I can make a call. Two cops stopped me because they was riding on motorbikes. It was two of them. You know, one was kind of short and the other one was kind of tall and big. One had had a shotgun, you know, so the other one had a sidearm. So the little one, you know, them little dudes, they always got to approach the taller guy. Like, hey, what's up? I'm like, nothing. He's, you know, hey, where's your money? I'm like, man, I ain't getting no money. So he went in my pockets. At first, I was getting ready to slap his hand away, like, get the hell away from him. But, you know, the dude with I'm like, you know what? I'm not finna lose my life out here, man. You know, if you want to.
So these were the police.
You were the police. Policia. Yes, sir.
Shit.
Yeah. They was the police. So my man straight shook my pockets down, and he actually, I didn't have my wallet on me. Like I always say, leave your wallet in the room, leave your passport. All I had was a debit card. So he took that and he said, just stay right here. And he was really, really aggressive. His demeanor was just, you know, so orderly, like, stay here, walked away. And the taller officer had, you know, he kind of had his eyes on me. He just, you know, held me down, and he was just like, he gonna let you go. Don't worry about it. You know, he said this to me. So that kind of took a lot of pressure off my back, you know, as far as being comfortable. So the little guy went, and I think he shook somebody else down. This Caucasian, this white guy, shook him down, took what he had. He came back about 15 minutes later, gave me my debit card and said, go. And I just left.
Damn. So you think those guys were actually police officers, or they just maybe found some uniforms or something?
Hey, I don't know. It had look. You had a sawed off, had a side door. As far as I'm concerned, you got your backyard. You got the upper head, G. If you want it, take it. You know, just let me get on about my merry way. You know, I mean, hey, I'm. You know, I ain't finna put up a fight. You know, don't. And another thing, when you go to these country brothers, don't try to act tough, man. It's no reason to act tough. It's no reason. You know, you still a man, and you still gonna always be a powerful brother or a man in your situation. Don't try to be tough. No reason to try to, you know, stand. I'm a man. That's stupid. Don't die over nothing dumb. You know. Now somebody trying to kill something different, but if it's just over some paper, let them take it, man. You can always get that back.
Yeah, man. I see a lot of that, more so with the Caucasian guys, the European guys. Like I've seen them get disrespectful to bouncers in Brazil, and I'd be looking at my head like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're not in America. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the white privilege here like that.
No, but see, even like that in Thailand, I seen that. It was not just the Americans, it was some of the Europeans too. They believe in white privilege as well. They'll get crazy and get fussy with the police out. Like I seen a few of them get in Thailand. And in the Philippines, it was like that. You know, they really just don't. I ain't gonna say all of them, but the ones I seen didn't know their place and didn't realize or come to realization, hey, I'm in another country. It's their rules. It's not our rules. You know, this ain't the States. This ain't Europe. You know.
And truth be told, man, I know a lot of brothers has been shooken down by African police as well out there in Nigeria and South Africa, Johannesburg. So,
oh wow,
yeah, Yeah. Those police is made because they don't get paid a lot of money as like in America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of I know for a fact in the DR they don't get paid that much. So I try to keep a little cash on me. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. I never ran into an issue like that before.
Right.
I got shook down at the airport a couple of times in Santiago, but for the most part, I just try to stay away from them. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, nobody wants to comes to connection with the law like that.
Right.
I mean, especially in a foreign country. And let's just say, even if you did go to, like for instance, Brazil, one of my boys, he got what I call a cool shook down, a cool robbery. The dude was cool, but he had to come home and telling him, "Hey, where you from? Yo, you from here? Hey, listen, man. Yeah, don't come down this alley. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, all right. Look, make sure you go over here. Go to this club over here. Strip."
this is a regular Brazilian dude.
No, this is a Brazilian brother, man. Robin, my boy.
Yeah, they gotta love Brazil.
Man, this is before the Olympics came down too.
Right.
So you know the gang of Philly, everything was still around the somewhere in the strip. So they shook him down, man. Took his stuff. He called me on the phone. His eyes, man, you can't believe it. He told me the story. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably gonna go to hell for this, but I did laugh at it. But I mean, hey man, he laughed at some shit at me too. But the point is that don't put up a fuss, don't put up a fight. Just go ahead and let him take it, man. And he told the police too, and the police hey,
nothing they can do, right?
What can we do?
Yeah. Hey, the brother Clubfields asks, "How was your experience as a black man in London, where he's from?"
It was pretty cool for me, man. I really because I had because obviously I have an accent. I have an accent, so I know you from London, brother. But to me, all y'all sound like Harry Potter over there. I love y'all. I love. Hey, shout out to my European brothers out that way.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. I hit a few clubs, a few places, and conversation was straight, but it wasn't. I mean, don't get it wrong, though. I mean, you still got, if you want to talk about conversation and interest of being in the grill. I had to do. It's no different to me than the States. They just have different accents in a way. But I had a little leeway because I wasn't from there. As they say, when you go out your element or when you go out your zone, and people realize that you get treated differently, and it can go good or bad.
Okay. Well, okay then, brother, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. We've been chopping up for almost an hour now. I know you got to hit that gym. I got to hit the gym.
Okay.
So, man, once again, man, appreciate it. Fellas, do me a favor. Check out the website, blackmentravels.com. Subscribe to the channel. And also, join the Facebook group, Black Men Travels, man. We get it in there, man. So, peace, man.
All right. Hey, salute to you, brother. I appreciate the interview. And I respect what you're doing, man. Keep doing it. You definitely in my prayers, man. And I see you do movies and you directed. I think you directed a movie or two.
Yeah, I sure do. Yep.
Yeah, well, I do a little acting on the side too, man. But and I'm actually in Warner Robins, Georgia, to be honest with you.
Okay. Hey, we can link up, man. Link up, brother.
Yeah, I'll give you my personal number offline, and let's do lunch, man. Yeah, on me. I got the first one.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right, brother. Peace.
Salute, Kings. All of you.
All right, man. Salute.